Hey everyone, I'm Charlie Moses, founder of Sick Futures Collective and host of the Future is Sick podcast. And today I am joined by someone whose work and worldview I so deeply admire, Austin Puca. Austin is a health equity advocate and systems strategist. She has over 16 years of experience across health and human services, victims advocacy, and supportive housing. Austin lives with chronic illness and brings her professional expertise and lived experience into literally everything that she does. She is just such an amazing person, and I am so excited that she is here with us today. We're going to talk about chronic illness. We're going to talk about systems. We're going to talk about care infrastructure and what it means to build futures that really honor the complexity of this whole situation. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Here's Austin. Yeah, well, hello, welcome. Thanks
Hello.
for, yeah, thanks for being on the Future is Sick podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're here. Before we get into it, would you introduce yourself?
Yeah,
Name, pronouns, where you're from, what you do?
yeah. Austin Puca, she, her pronouns. I, where are you from is always a question that gets me. I'm a military brat. So I was born in Kansas. Everyone's like, what?
I
They
have no
don't
idea.
expect that. But I
Oh,
lived all over. I live in Tucson, Arizona now, and I moved to Tucson from Denver. So I'm a
nice.
woman of the world.
Yeah, no, I had no idea you were born in Kansas.
I know, that's wild, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could drop me right off it. I wouldn't know I was from Kansas either,
Mhm.
probably. But and what I do, uh, I I work in human services. I help communities try to help the people in their communities. It's probably the best way to say that. The fancy name for it, I guess, is I'm a federal technical assistance provider. But who wants to say that?
It's super fancy though. Um, I think, well, gosh, yeah, thinking about our work and how the definitions that get globbed onto those things that we do or have to do. And then I guess the other question is, what all you like to do outside of that
Yeah.
space?
Well, I will say that I feel like the work that I do is work that I have to do, but it's work that I do want to do. I think it's work that probably everybody should have to do. They just don't. What I like to do on top of that, I like art in any medium. I music playing all the time. I play music. I like to draw. I like to paint. I like to read. I grew up dancing, so I like to watch people dance. I like to sit in parks and watch people hold hands. Like I like to be outside. I really love cooking. Uh, yeah, I like hanging out with my kiddos.
Yeah, tell me about your family a little bit. I know you've got two kids, yeah?
I do. I have two daughters, 13 and 19. Uh, they're lovely. They're hilarious, really smart, really compassionate. Uh, and I have a husband. He's a therapist and like an extreme sports guy.
Mm.
Uh, so I have, for fun, I also like to get nervous at watching other people do extreme sports. Um, yeah,
Oh,
he's
wow.
from the East Coast. So that's a neat thing.
That's a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like squirrel suit extreme sports level?
It's like snowboarding, downhill mountain
Oh,
biking.
Okay.
wakeboarding. If there's something that you could like launch yourself off into
Yeah.
the space, he wants to do it.
Mhm. Yeah, no, totally nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Motorcycles, all the things
Oh,
that,
yeah, yeah. My like one motorcycle spill I took, I feel like there's like a point where you're doing extreme things and you get hurt, and that's like when you know if you're going to continue doing them
yes,
or not.
yes.
And I'm like, yeah, I got back up on that motorcycle and was like, woo, we're going to keep going.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember. Well, things happen and then what is time anymore? But maybe it was 3 years ago now. Someone hit my husband and my youngest daughter because they were on the motorcycle. She loves the motorcycle. And they have all the gear on, so they're fine. Does not change getting the scariest call ever.
Oh,
Ripped our bike in half.
oh my God.
Emma still is like, yeah, I'm getting on the motorcycle,
Oh my God.
which that's her personality. And she
Oh,
was very small. I'd find her like on top of the refrigerator. We have really high ceilings in our house, like trying to wake her way. I said, aren't you scared? She'd say, I'm never scared until I am, uh, which is like a
oh,
quote to live by.
yeah,
But
I was about to say I really like
yeah,
that. Yeah, no, it's so interesting with, yeah, just the different personalities. Because I was that as a kid, and my parents were like, what do we do with you? So they put me in gymnastics and we're like, go climb on other
yeah,
things, please.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's where the gymnastics came from.
yeah.
Yeah, gotta hop it out. My parents put me in track and basketball and soccer, like run it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, please, by
yeah.
all means,
Half,
just go
there's
fast.
a field. Go run in it. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, and I know, so I want to talk a bit about, because I know you have lupus. 'Cause I
yes,
have lupus, and you were like my lupus doula when I first got diagnosed and could just pick your brain about it.
yeah,
But how has your relationship to physical activity or just kind of physicality in general shifted? How do
yeah,
you do it
yeah.
now? Yeah.
Well, so my lupus diagnosis was, well, I mean, I think like any diagnosis, it's like, what? Because there's normally something going on.
Yeah.
And then finally you have an answer, which is not even an answer.
Right.
It's just more
No.
confusion. But growing up, part of my parents making me become like super active is I used to complain that I was like an old lady or something. Like it hurts. Uh, and as a little kid, they told my mother I had junior rheumatoid arthritis. And so to move my muscles and do things with my muscles to support my joints, yada, yada. So I kind of grew up pushing through pain
Yeah.
in a way that we expect people that present as able-bodied and whatnot to just do anyway. Um, so then I fast forward, I was pregnant with my first daughter, and that went not very well.
Oh.
Hindsight, folks with lupus have a hard time when they are pregnant.
Mhm.
But I went into labor 18 weeks. I got airlifted. I like my relationship with my body as like a diagnosis has come forth has had to take on so many different like understandings as different parts of using my body are
Mhm.
impacted that I didn't expect. So I, was still dancing and thought, well, I can't, my balance is off and all these weird things. Turns out I was pregnant. So that explains it. But that pregnancy, and, your body's already attacking itself. And then you're trying to grow a person who's also like ripping from you. That was intense. Uh, and right after having my daughter, I still didn't know I had lupus. I tried to have another child, and that
Oh,
was not successful. And then I was pregnant with my third daughter, and they they give the wildest names to women's. issues. They told me I had an incompetent cervix. That's a diagnosis.
Oh my God.
They'll write that in your medical chart. So wild. They basically like took a fancy shoestring to close it together,
Oh my God.
which is still not helpful.
No.
So that delivery was super traumatic, like scarring, like inflammatory response that a person with lupus would have.
Yeah.
That occurred. So I lost like 8 inches of my cervix leading up to having Emma.
Oh my God.
And then after having her, my whole body went into this like response.
Wow.
Um, that came with some other tests and a different doctor that's like, I don't think that is junior rheumatoid arthritis. And let's look.
Yeah.
And then uh, I had answers and I still had all of this, well, answers and I still had all of this pain.
Yeah.
So really, I felt I was like mourning.
Yeah.
And even though I could move and do things and nobody's like, oh, you look like you probably are very sick now, all of a sudden, I still felt this loss over what I didn't know was going to come. So,
Yeah.
eventually I had to have a hysterectomy.
Ugh.
That impacted me dancing,
Ugh.
like, those sorts of things.
Yes.
So, and then you age, like you're going to age anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if you put you know, disabilities on top of it, your progression of aging is different.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and ableism is what it is. So I'm grateful that apparently I look very young, but it's something else to feel very old,
Yeah.
or probably not. I don't think old's the right word because there are plenty of, folks older than me that I probably are getting around different than I do. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's my relationship to my body now. It's taught me a lot about grace.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, gosh, absolutely, because it's like grace, patience, sense of humor, like
Yeah.
some like
Yes.
forgiveness.
Yes.
It
Yes.
like I know for myself, it's hard for me to not consider my body like this other entity, like over here, and just be like, oh, the body, like, and to refer to it as something like outside of myself, obviously as a coping mechanism. But do
Yeah.
you find that, like, when you go into bouts of severe pain or it's just not doing what you want it to do, that you're like, I'm gonna put you over there for a minute? Or are you good at, like, I'm embodying this whole thing?
Uh, I, I mean, I put it over there because it's
Yeah.
so frequent, in like different parts of my body. Like, it's not like I'm just walking around with this whole like throbbing pain of a body,
Yeah.
but because every day there's something
Yeah.
and the intensity of it varies, I, I have to put it over there.
Right.
I'd be consumed with it, literally, physically, if I think about it too much,
Yeah.
or I would not be able to be involved in life. I don't have a different way to say that, but I'd be like paralyzed by it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that it's interesting, the narrative of that, like, be present, you got to be present, we're being present in our bodies. And whereas when you are chronically ill or disabled and you're like, I need a break from being present
Ser-
in my body, like,
Yes, I'm like,
all,
you take this body, then be present with it.
yeah.
Tell me how it goes.
I know. It's like all I'm doing is being present because it's just hitting me over the head 100% of the day. Like, it's like this
Yes.
absolute shift of being like, let's just take a little moment of vacation
Yeah.
from the
When you
body.
say it like that, though, like this idea of presence in the body,
Mhm.
and when you're chronically ill, living with disabled, the presence in your body is probably more present than most people. Like when we think about ignorance is bliss, I don't think it is normal to have such a understanding of every little intricate thing happening in your body. And I'm I'm assuming you get the pleasure that I do of going to get your labs done all the time. Uh, Nobody else is getting labs done so much. Like, I don't need to know. No one wants to know that much about their blood. Like,
Right.
give it a rest. It's
Yeah.
there. It's
Yeah.
pumping.
Yeah.
Like, we know. So like that idea of a vacation,
Yeah.
you know, uh,
Yeah.
I think when I used to work primarily with folks living with HIV and AIDS,
Mhm.
and like I have a chronic illness, and so we talk about it and this idea of wanting to take a vacation. So also that folks aren't like, "Are you all right? How are you
Yeah.
doing? How do you
Yeah.
feel?" To It's like you have to separate them, or to other folks, the only thing then that you are is
Yeah.
maybe not okay, or something to be concerned ab- about rather than someone. So that idea of a vacation
Gosh. Yeah.
resonating.
Absolutely. I mean, it really, yeah, it has me thinking about too, like I don't know, when having invisible illness or invisible disability and that feeling of like, I just want to go out into the world and like just live my, like not be defined by this thing. And I know for myself, it's like all of the many steps it takes to like look. And I mean, like, even right now, it's like, here I am. I like took a shower, did my hair, we're good, we have energy. And it's like, nah, I just went into anaphylaxis 2 days ago. I feel like shit. I got my
Yes.
EpiPen right here, like, just in case it comes back. Like, but then it's like going out into public and being like, let's just be a person in the world and not, it's like, of course, we can't all the time. And some people can't any amount of the time. But that feeling of being like, let me just try and like sneak it by the
Do a little
public.
taste. Like, when you like go to the kitchen and no one's watching and get a little piece. Like, can I do that?
Yeah.
You, so I want my friend, it makes me wonder, like when we talk about like me getting to be your doula and your lupus diagnosis, you like being outside the same way I like being outside. And I'm curious for you because I know that some of my regimen for my lupus means that I gotta be a little careful in the sun.
Mhm.
And that idea of like, I just want to go do like the rest of the world. And also not be like, can we walk towards the shade? Like with every person I go outside with, they're like, girl, you're from Arizona. There's a thing called the sun.
Yeah.
I know, but it could kind of kill me, it feels like.
Yeah.
So how's that been for you?
Oh gosh. Yeah. I mean, it's so, it's when I first got diagnosed with lupus, and that was part of it, was there was a day where this is when I was living in Houston, and I was with my ex, and we went to Waco, Texas, and we were with his family in Waco. We were walking, and it was just like sun was beating down kind of day. And I got incapacitated like in a moment. And I was like, "Oh my God, I need to lay down. Like I can't just sit. I need to like be laid out on a floor. I cannot move. Like I'm in so much pain. Everything's like screaming and burning." And I was like, "I don't know what that's about." But yeah, it's like I walk with a parasol now. And like, fortunately, like I'm up in Portland. So I'm like, I can be as much of a freak as I want to be up here. Like, it is anything goes. But I like recently, I was at a pumpkin patch with my family, and I have like a 5-year-old kind of step kid. We're not, my partner and I aren't married yet, but
Yeah.
he's a fam. And we were in this corn maze and he was like, "Why?" And like, because the sun was right on top, and he was like, "Why do you have an umbrella? It's not raining." And I was like, "I'm allergic to the sun." But so it's like the best way I could describe it to a 5-year-old. But now, anytime we go anywhere, he's like, "Charlie, the sun! Charlie, look out the sun!" And he's just like on it for me, which is so cute. But he's
I
like, "Look
love
out!
it.
Look out!" I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for having my back on this."
Right?
But it's like his voice is like my internal voice, where
Yeah.
it's like you see like a sliver of sunlight and you're like, "No,
Yes. Yes.
run."
Yes.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm like in Yeti form all the time. I am like
Yeah.
big hat, fully covered. And it's like culturally, it gets hard because up in Portland, once the sun comes out, everybody's like, "No clothes." Like, what? Whoever wore clothes? We're gonna like tank tops, tiny sundresses. We're gonna do it all. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I am
You're
suiting
like, not
up.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like buttoning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just all the way. But yeah, I mean, being in Arizona, I mean, because having lived in Tucson,
Yeah.
it is that sun feels like it's like six
Right
inches away
here.
from, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's
It's like,
wild.
good morning.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm in your room. Is that all right? I like what you've done with the place. Sun is right there. Um, but yeah, that that fit, you can tell like that, like what you're like, it just hit you. That is real. Uh, a rash and like my fever spikes up. It is, and it's wild to say, well, it's the sun. It's the sun. Like, also, I cannot live without the sun. I can never live in one of the places where it's dark all the time.
Right.
Like, I need that. I am definitely a seasonally depressed girly.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it's like that's the humor, right? You gotta find the humor. Like,
Yes.
I need the sun also. It is, I'm allergic to it. Interesting
Yeah,
how
great.
that works.
It's just like from a distance, from the shade, looks beautiful. But
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, it makes such a difference even being able to look outside and see that it's sunny
Yeah.
and bright. Because looking outside when it's like 3:30 in the afternoon and the sun is going down, you're just like,
Yeah.
I might as well go to bed.
Yep. Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
It is sleepy time when the natural melatonin, when the sun starts to go down, even a tad. I'm
Yeah.
like, pack it up. Everyone get inside.
Yeah. Do you
Get your
have your
seats.
like go-to things for sun protection, sun exposure?
I'm a big hat person.
Hmm.
I'm a parasol person.
Yeah.
There's a nice bright yellow one behind me that I take. Uh, I'm a sleeve person.
Hmm.
And I'm like, where is the shade? Like see me like scurrying across to get to the patches of shade as
Yeah.
I walk around downtown.
Yes.
Um, yeah. And to Alex he's like my 5-year-old, the sun, because I try to keep my cute little yellow parasol. He shows up with this huge, like out of a cartoon, like the navy and white striped, I'm
Oh,
talking about
like a
umbrellas.
golf umbrella.
Yes, and it's like
It's like
shook, like you could post it in the ground. It feels like, and I'm like, thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Um, it's just me and my umbrella.
Yeah, it's just like waving the Lupus
Uh-huh.
flag, which is the
Yes.
biggest umbrella you can possibly get.
Yep. Yep. So, and with him being outside riding bikes, then that means normally I'm like, he won't get on the bike until he posts like a tent over me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, and here's a question because, yeah, it's like those in our inner circles understand that, like, having chronic illness isn't about curing chronic illness, this like curative narrative. that exists that's just exhausting when, you interact with people who are like, well, have you tried? Well, what
Yes.
about? What is your relationship to that concept of healing or cure or those conversations that we all find
Yeah.
ourselves in?
Uh, yeah. I think as I have gotten older, my relationship to that has changed a little bit. I think like younger me in some ways felt like it's rude to not like hear someone out, like they're trying to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then it went through a little bit older, but still younger than me. It like went drastically the opposite way, kind of like mind your business. You're not a doctor. Thank you so much. I don't want your fire cider. I don't think that's going to help, but I'm glad that you enjoy making it. Now that like in current times, first, like, assume best intentions. And I think it's who's it coming from?
Mm,
And I think any person that you care about, illness is invisible or not, there's like an innate want to not see them suffer or being in pain and hurt. And I try to remember that and what it feels like to feel helpless to someone that you care about.
yeah.
And like I think being a parent has helped me like conceptualize that helplessness, but there's still this want.
Mhm.
Um, so mostly I think of it kind of like how when I do yoga, like you take what you need and you leave what you don't.
Mm,
Like I'm accountable to my own response to something. Um, so I can be gracious and hear. And sometimes it's not going to cure anything, but sometimes the little tips aren't too shabby. You learn something new. Uh, and sometimes I think it's important to just be candid and to help someone else have peace and say, like, give it a rest. Like, I know that you care and you mean well, and no amount of the home remedies is going to help that. So give yourself a rest.
yeah. Yeah. No, it is. I mean, that is such a thing of grace. And I love that approach of being like, yeah, it's the yoga approach of like, we know people are usually coming from a caring and concerned place and being like, okay, like, I hear you. Actually, I could like use that a little bit. Um, and maybe not that at all. Um, yeah, as opposed to the hard line, like,
Yeah.
I don't need to hear it. Like,
Yeah.
please
Zip
don't.
it.
Yeah.
And I think mm, like most things, until you really have to like really flex using them, you don't think about them. But like just authentic communication with someone, being able to tell them what you need
Yeah.
so that they're not like just searching,
Yeah.
scrolling lupus remedies. You could just say, uh, I don't want that. But what I really do, what really is helpful to me, you heat up that heating pad would be lovely, but keep it hot,
Yeah.
make that your mission. And I think, or just communicating just to be here is enough. But I think that we don't articulate our needs even when everything is fine. So
Yeah.
definitely it becomes a little harder sometimes when things are not.
Mhm.
And I think that folks naturally tend it's just similar to when there's too much silence. They try to fill the space. And so I think leaving it unsaid, then folks are trying to fill that space. And
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's funny actually. I don't know about you, but I have like lists of helpful things and I keep them in my phone because I can't remember. Like when
no,
I'm hurting, I'm like, I don't know what helps. And then I can be like, oh, go to your go to your list. And that, it's like as simple as like the salty snacks I like
Yep.
to the like if I'm like laid out, cannot move, like these are the things that could like some pillow propping up, like elevate my legs. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely those. Or like even these are the my support shows, the ones that I want to watch all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like these are the musics that I don't mind to hear.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah,
No, it is true that like yeah, just the sensitivity to like sound, the like decibel of
yes,
sound goes way up. It's like I desire the softest.
yes. But it's like I could feel it on my skin
Yeah.
almost. I'm like, you're so loud. I can feel it.
Yes.
And I don't know how, well, my like body, sometimes it's like my clothes, I, they hurt.
Yeah.
And trying to convey that to someone else. It's like you're kidding, right?
I know.
And I'm like, I wish I was.
Yeah.
Uh, how's that been for
Oh
you?
my gosh. Yeah. I mean, it's really I'm just thinking about my my family. And over Thanksgiving, the month of November was hard. I was hospitalized twice, lupus going off, my degenerative disc disease just like screaming, like so bad. And so there was one weekend I was over at my parents' house and everybody was there and I was just like I had to use my cane. I was like bundled up and just laid out and like mask on and my mom just kept being like this is so sad. And I was like I know it is sad. But thank you for articulating it. It's so pathetically, just like, this is sad. Um, but it's like, it was, to me, it really felt like the first time my family had seen me, like, really in the midst of a flare and being like, this happens all the time. Like, this isn't like a one off, suddenly, this is just me forever. But, like, these are regular events where I just am like this. And this
Yeah,
is what it needs to be right now. And they're so kind, but they don't know what to do. And so they're like, do you need food? Do you need water? Do you want a blanket? Do you want the window open? Do you want the window closed? Do you need more heat? Less heat? What are we? And it's like, right, like I'm good. If I need anything, I'll ask for it. Thank you
yeah,
so much for caring. Like it's very lovely to have a family who's like kind of in a panic of what do we do. But
yeah.
it is like, yeah, I think the conversations I've had more lately are like, you got to trust that if I
Mm,
need something, I'll let you know. And even if the me letting you know is me being like, and like
yeah,
I can't get the words out and I just like point to the list, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
of like, these are the things. But yeah, I think it's trying to instill that sense of trust in my inner circle people
yeah,
that like I will reach out if I'm like I need a meal train. Like
yeah,
I can't do this. And for years I was, living alone and handling all this stuff solo, but it was very much like I had my text message thread of like 8 people who were like, let me know. 4
yeah,
a.m. I'll show up. Just
yeah.
say the word. Yeah.
You, you mentioning this idea of like trust, right? You gotta trust me to tell you.
Hmm.
I'm because we didn't start by saying what you do, but we kind of do similar things. And so it makes me think about, um, like in a past life, right? I was a nurse. I mean, learning things in school, and you have to read these case studies. And a lot of them center around folks with disabilities
Mhm.
and their autonomy, right? And their ability to make decisions. And and it's interesting, right? Um, your your family, right, has spent this time trusting your ability to make decisions, right? You lived all over. They're like, there goes Charlie,
Yeah.
right? And then you get this diagnosis, and then you have to, I don't, half's not the right word, but right, this feeling of having to reestablish that
Yeah.
trust and I think that folks when we think about autonomy and making decisions for yourself as it relates to disability and chronic illness, I think folks think of it on this grand scale of someone that's like cognitively like completely impaired, and so well, of course.
Right.
But this idea of people trusting folks
Mhm.
that are living with disability in general, I
Yeah.
think is real. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. It is interesting because it has my wheels turning around the large social belief, understanding, or narrative around disability as that, like, people who are disabled are, of course, infantilized for one. It's just like, you're incapable, you're
Hmm.
unable to do things, which, of course, is not the case at all. And so I feel like, pushing through that like first massive misconception about anybody who is sick or disabled is such a thing. And I do think that that trust piece is so crucial to be like, this is a person. This is a
Yeah.
person who functions in a way that maybe you don't understand or get, but they are. We are all surviving and here and going through the day, and it might look different than yours, but it doesn't mean that we are like 100% miserable 100% of the time, incapable of doing things that we enjoy, incapable of doing things at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about the times that I have been dating straight cis men and something has come up. I'm having a heart episode, or I'm having a lupus flare, or I got hospitalized and now I'm having to recover. And this, like, oh my God, I can't be a caregiver. Like, this isn't my role.
Uh,
Like, I'm young and healthy. I shouldn't have to do the. It's like, you don't have to. I'm not asking
right.
for anything.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? But just that, seeing that, like, very instilled belief that, like, if you're with somebody who's disabled or chronically ill, it just means you're their caregiver. And
Yeah.
that's wild to me.
Totally wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I had asked you that because I was thinking about this idea of trusting, like you just gotta, and right, like, uh, I have kids, and there was a point where Alex would like intervene, like, no, 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 don't
Mm.
bother. And and I finally had to say, do you realize like I'm never gonna not have lupus? It's not like when you get the flu and it's like let your mother rest
Yeah.
while she gets over the flu. Like for sure. Keep them out. Um, move, move. I'll see you when my flu is over. Live
Yeah.
somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
I'm on board. But my lupus will never go away. And
Right.
so when you do that, like you are effectively removing me
Yeah.
from like this from life, like from what is happening in their day.
Hmm.
Like I am accountable and responsible for how I can move in this body. And it might not make sense to you because you don't live in the same type of body.
Yeah.
But like you're taking that away from me, even if you think you're giving something to me.
Hmm.
So I was, yeah, it's real.
Yeah. No,
It's
it
like
is.
overcautiousness or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the other, yeah, there's like the anxious and the avoidant.
Yeah.
like form of being in an, inner circle of somebody with disability or chronic illness of like, are you going to be the like, no, don't bother them, like let them
Yes.
rest so they can just be okay? Or is it the like, I don't want anything to
Yeah.
do with this at all?
Yeah. That's and that I don't think that's just, well, for me, that hasn't just been in like my romantic, intimate relationships. That's in like friendships too. Like like, you grow up knowing a person in a way, or you feel that you do.
Yeah.
Um, and if it's no, the sun. And that, you used to like, but we used to hike all the time. Like, I can't be chasing the sun with you.
Right?
And like what that has felt like, sometimes the
Yeah.
isolation of it, or the one of the FOMO, as young people call it, and sort of like watching in some ways, like, oh, goodbye. Like, it, as seasons change, and that's not a thing that is healthy or safe or whatever for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and what that, yeah,
Yeah, it has me thinking about kind of what care looks like, outside of the biomedical system, but,
yes.
within community. Like, what do those care structures look like? Who are the people who just get it and you don't have to explain yourself? Like, who and how, do we spend our time and who with? And when we're super low, what does care look like? When we're doing okay, what does care look like? Do you have kind of an idea or a way to articulate kind of what your care systems look like, or maybe what they used to and what they do now?
So I like biomedical Western medicine, all that, like very grateful that it exists.
Right.
There's also so many things about it that have been very harmful for me.
Hmm.
And like, I mean, historically, many people.
God.
Um, but uh like I'm a Black, brown, indigenous, queer woman. And so like my entire life has been around a thinking of that's lovely, that exists, but the community care is actually where that stuff started anyway. Like,
Hmm.
and so um, right, like to me, care structures, it like care is holistic, right? Like when we started talking about like what do I like, right? And so to me, care is art
Yeah.
and music, and care is food
Mhm.
and like having it, sharing it, making it. Care is nature outside. Care is being with other people. Care is being of value to other people. And I think living with chronic illness or visible disabilities, that trust component and like the value that you still give to other people, being part of feeling cared for and like meaningful.
Mhm.
So like my care structures really kind of have always and still do lie heavily in the community part. Um, and I think like even like sharing art and music with you, right?
Mhm.
Like getting to see when you find fancy bugs, like right? To me, that is care. Like I think we talk a lot about like vicarious and secondary trauma, but I think vicarious and secondary joy
Yeah.
and is so real. Like I could
Yeah.
be in terrible pain, but if I am like, oh, look at that, Charlie did some flips. Like I'm like, me too. I'm not flipping anywhere. I'm not getting out of this bed. But that is still like invigorates and fills the cup. So I think that's what my structures look like. And yeah,
Yeah.
what about yours?
I'm completely in the school of thought that like I really like to see other people having a good time. Like it brings me joy. It truly does. And that I'm not like, oh, like I wish I could be there or like whatever the other feelings of jealousy or envy that could come up. But instead it's like, no, I like love it. Like I love when good things happen to people and when people are having fun and just like getting to see people living their lives and doing their things like fills me up. It's one of my favorite things. And I do appreciate digital mediums for that because we can just engage and be like, yay, you're just like, go get it, live your
Yeah.
life. Also, food, which we haven't gotten into, but you are such a good cook. And I remember during pandemic when we were both in Tucson and you did like a cookie dough exchange, like a
Yes.
parking lot paper bag, like of cookie dough exchange with me. And it was like my favorite thing in the whole world. I made them like the minute I got home. It was the best.
Oh, the pandemic was wild. I don't know how it was for you,
Oh
but
my
like
gosh.
that thought of like trust too, like nobody
Mm.
will let me go to the grocery store. I couldn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely not.
But food to me, food is so uniting.
Yeah.
Everybody literally needs to eat.
Hmm.
Every culture eats. And really you look across like the food, they all kind of make the same thing. Everyone's stuffing something in some sort of dough, right? Like everyone's making some unleavened something. People are cooking veggies, people are
Mhm.
playing with cream, So I love cooking. Uh, and I think part of me loving it is also because um, it can be pretty accessible to where everyone can participate. Remember when I was very, very small and my nana would make and stuff? Hindsight, we were not eating that many mushrooms. But growing up, I was like very small. I was a mushroom cutter because you could use like a spoon to cut a mushroom. And
Right.
so she'd like cut these mushrooms. Okay. Like growing up, I'm like, wow, I don't think she even used them. I think she just let me cut mushrooms. Because what was she doing with a bunch of creminis? I don't know. Right? But you can stir things. You don't have to have the best dexterity or anything. Uh, and at the end, like you've produced something, and that feels great.
Yeah.
And if it's tasty, that feels great.
Hmm.
And to your point of like watching other people have a great time, there's nothing like somebody like, that was good. Like, yes, take another bite,
Yeah.
please. Uh,
Watch it again.
like, yeah, that was good.
Mhm.
Take another bite. So food to
Yeah.
me is like everything.
Yeah. I mean, because yeah, it's like the epitome of nurture. And getting to participate in it is so lovely. And I am definitely a like stretch a dollar type of person where I'm like, we got the dry pantry with all the ingredients, and like that is the core, and you
Yeah.
just supplement with the veggies, frozen or otherwise, and you
Yep.
build it up and you
Yep.
use those dried beans and you use that
Oh,
flour and you
I
make
love
it
beans.
work. Me too. It's like for the longest time, I was like, these don't feel good in my body. And then I was like, that's because you're not combining them with a grain, Charlie. Because you like eating them out of a can isn't going to be the best for you. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's everything and getting to share food. And there really isn't anything to me that feels better than cooking for other people or cooking for somebody who's like, I just need a meal. And you're like,
Yeah.
I got you. No problem. I can
Yeah.
go. I will do it right now. Like, just
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like thinking about earlier when we were talking about like relationship to my body and this, like I grew up being I played all the sports.
Yeah.
I've been the captain of the thing, right?
Mhm.
Um, and so to go from that to, well, have fun in the sun. You look like you look like you're having a good time. I'll just be out here under my umbrella,
Yeah.
my Lupus flag. But like cooking and my ability to do that, like, has not gone a single place. Um, when I think about that, that is still something that I can do
Mhm.
and do it well, coupled with thinking about just that a lot of the folks in my life that are living with chronic illness and disability, there's so much that they can't still do. Or like when you're living solo, like sometimes you still need to eat. And also the thought of even looking at a pan
Yeah.
is like, what? I'd rather starve, even as a person who I love to cook. And
Mhm.
so I am curious in your like love of food and like that is uniting.
Mhm.
Like, what's the relationship been on the days where you could care less and you
Yeah.
still need care?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is literally like as I'm drinking this protein shake in the morning, it's like those days where I'm like hobbling over and I can like sit down or lay down, and that is my day. Like nutrients. I feel like I become like a utilitarian eater. I'm like, get the
Mhm.
calories in, like
Yeah.
sustain yourself, drink water, like, and just having easy stuff to grab that is nourishing that I know that my body likes. I am like a protein and fat person.
Hmm.
Like I love if I can just like eat lean protein, have like a chicken breast and some almonds, like
Yeah.
I'll feel great. And I know that about myself. And so it's kind of having the like easy versions of those things
Mm.
on hand. And then having like the really comforting stuff on hand too. Like I remember when I moved, I was born in Houston, Texas, which I feel like is similar to your Kansas
Hey,
base,
I
where
didn't
people are
know
like,
that.
yeah, circled back to Houston. And when I got there, I was like, okay, what do I need for hurricane season? Because we're going to have
Yeah.
hurricanes. We're all going to get stranded. It's going to be a thing. And everyone I talked to about it was like, have your like canned food, whatever set up, but get the stuff you like.
Yeah.
Like, get the goods, get the chocolate bars, like, get the yummy, salty snacks. Like, have those on hand for when you're in a disaster,
Yeah.
because those are the things you're actually going to eat when you have no appetite and you're in fight or flight
Yeah.
mode. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's the ticket for
Yeah.
any like flare up, like any disaster zone.
You saying that this has me thinking of like, I'm almost in the same vein of that trust. I feel like when you're living with disabilities, then everyone is the scrutiny around your health,
Yeah.
what you're eating
Yeah.
is very real. And this idea of like when you're in a flare up, when you have no motivation to eat, you're going to want those. And I will tell you, like, I very much deny myself treats very often because I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I can't have that. Like, I'm thinking about if I eat that, then I'm going to be in pain. And I'm
Yeah.
like, or just the idea of health that's like put upon us.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. How did you receive that? And be like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, after, you think like socializing and norms of the
Mhm.
opposite,
Yeah.
like ingrained. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and having grown up as a gymnast where I had, like first generation Romanian men like telling me what my diet was for like
Yes.
14 years or whatever.
Yep.
Um, and that, yeah, it's like these, these are the good foods, these are the bad foods. Like these are where this will give you the most fuel, this will detract or hurt you or cause inflammation. And I think it's tricky because everybody's biome is different. And though, of course, there are anti-inflammatory diets and other things, or, diets that work for MCAS or diets that work for lupus or whatever it might be, it's also like, we listen to our systems and figure out like what feels okay when we eat it, even if it
Yeah.
is like in the treat category. Because I
Yeah.
know that, like, if I'm eating like a yummy dark chocolate bar, like that sits well with me. I can
Yeah.
I can do it's not gonna like make me feel funky or weird or make me be like, why'd I do that? Like, oh no. But if I'm like, eating like half a pint of dairy-free ice cream with like God knows what else is in it, like, yeah, it's not gonna, it's
Yeah.
a little bit, it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think my relationship to, being told about the hurricane disaster prep was very helpful in being like, oh, I can apply that elsewhere. I think having that information
Yeah.
delivered to me when it wasn't me thinking about my body and my health and all my illness and all this stuff, and being like, oh, yeah, when I'm in crisis
Yeah.
and the last thing I want to do is eat because I'm going to be so thinking about everything else, like just get the stuff I know is going to go
Yeah.
down the hatch. Like just get the calories in.
Yeah.
And so like my my like easy grab and goes right now are protein shakes, which even a year ago I would have been like, absolutely not. Like there's so much weird stuff in these things, but now I'm just like, I need protein. Like that's one of my like most helpful nutrients that I can take in. It'll help my muscles, it'll help regulate my entire system, it'll keep me from getting sick. Like, let's go. And then those chomp sticks, those like
Yes.
those meat sticks.
Yeah.
I'm just
I like
like,
those.
yeah, I'm like a meat stick person now
Yeah.
too.
Haley grew up being a meat stick person. I remember her like third, she was like 3 years, 2 years old, and it was like Hanukkah, and what she'd pick out your gifts and like, how do you wrap? And my mom got her this like 3 foot summer sausage.
Oh
She's looking at the present. She's like, that one, is that meat stick? She's like running around, right? Like gnawing on this meat stick. And my mom's, can I have some? She's like, sure. Like the time here. So meat sticks they hit.
they
Uh,
do hit.
yeah.
Yeah, my God. Oh, olives.
Oh,
I
I love
love
olives.
I love olives so much.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I
just
love
putting olive oil on everything.
olives.
That
Hmm.
too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like dark chocolate, olives, meat stick, olive oil. Good
Yeah.
bread if I can get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what got me into baking bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna have the bread, then I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm like, how do you make a hamburger bun? Who's doing that? And in the pandemic, I made hamburger buns. I encourage everyone to do it once. It was like science or something. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna put these on here and they're gonna come out the oven looking like a bun, and it totally did. Uh,
Is it like the flattest looking dough?
no, like I don't know. Like you put them in, they look like little rolls, and I'm like, that's not gonna be a bun. But as it proofed and baked and then settled, it looked like a bun. I don't know what else is. I was like, look at me. I was so proud of my little buds. I'm like, you can't even eat with them. I just want you to look at
Yeah.
them because I've made this.
Yeah. Please.
Um, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are your go-to foods?
I uh I also love olives.
Mhm.
And really I love cheese. And yeah, it's not, I shouldn't be having it. It's not very good. Afterwards, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if it was worth it. But then, that means I found all the cheeses that I could have. So
Right.
right now I'm very into uh like a good goat cheese. And I
Yeah.
like tear Kalamata olives and put them on there.
Oh.
And I drizzle the olive oil on it. Um, and I just enjoy that. That's delicious. I like chicken and salmon. Like if that is there,
Yeah.
like if I just grab some of it,
Hmm.
pop it in, eat it. Uh, I'm a almond and cashew avocado person. Like the
Hmm.
good fats, that's what sustains you.
Yeah.
And right now I have these like dark chocolate quinoa crispy things.
Ooh.
They are so good.
So
They're really good.
great. Okay. Yeah. Please
Um,
send me.
I'm gonna.
Okay. Thank you.
Haley introduced them to me. She's like, I think you're eating quinoa. I, I do. I found these. You might like them, and it's like a way crispier than like a Nestle Crunch because it's just
Oh,
this little condensed little roasted quinoas. Oh,
yeah.
so good,
Great.
so good, very good.
Mhm.
I will. The
Mhm.
second we finish, you're gonna get a text picture.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's having knowing what the little supportive comfort things are, be it food or the heating pad or an ice pack or a movie we love to watch 1,000 times, which is Moonstruck for me. And I could watch Moonstruck every night and be like, that was good.
Yep. Same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cher and Nicolas Cage, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
the other sister is one of my like, I just watch it over and over again.
Yeah, dude.
Don't even like, yep, let's go
Mm.
for it. I feel so delicate. It's like her little swan outfit's my favorite
Yeah.
thing.
Gosh, well, I'm just noticing the time, which is amazing that we have just blasted through this. But I wanted to ask, like, final question, especially given, the nature of the Future is Sick and Sick Futures Collective and all of it. But big question, if you could design systems or a world built for sick and disabled people, maybe like what would it feel like? What would it sound like? What would it make possible?
Well, what it would feel like and sound like would be that they would be systems created by those people. Uh, so I think it would feel like safety,
Hmm.
like trust, accountability, like home.
Hmm.
Uh, what it would sound like would probably be the good sounds that don't make your skin crawl. Um, but it systems designed by the folks that are going to access them in ways that are truly accessible,
Hmm.
I, right? Not necessarily dependent upon hours and like that they would be flexible in a way that you can access what you need from a system when you need it. Because we actually are not sick on a timeline that is from 9 to 5. Um,
Hmm.
they wouldn't patient and like honoring another person's decisions and hearing them articulate what they're going through and working from a perspective of like person directed,
Yeah.
not this list of what a person, I guess, is supposed to be and how they're supposed to be on this list. And so, how do we get you onto this list instead of caring for the person that is in front of me and the list that they have?
Right.
Uh, so, they would be systems that we probably also wouldn't use the word system,
For real.
but it would be like it would be a community
Yeah.
of care that is accountable and
Mhm.
person directed, led the the folks.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. I feel like we can work toward it. I really
Yeah,
do. I really do.
I think we can.
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
I think we are. It's just, when change never comes as fast as you need it. And
Mhm.
then I'm terrible at euphemisms, but I finally figured out the seeing the forest through the trees, you know,
Yeah.
one. And I think that you're right. Like we're getting there,
Yeah.
but when your hip hurts and you're running from the sun, it's like, can you
Yeah.
speed it up?
Please. Help. Oh God, dude, I love you. It's been so good talking to you.
I love you too. I got to get to Portland. I got to
Yeah,
bring
get
my
on up here.
parasol.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
be parasol buds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I hope the rest of your day and your week are very good.
I hope yours are too. And
Thanks.
again, I hope the EpiPen just only has to stay nearby. It
Thank
doesn't
you.
have to
Yeah,
make a feature.
yeah, thank you.
And I'm going to send you a picture of these chocolate quinoas because
Thanks.
we need treats.
We do. We do. Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll
Uh,
talk to you soon.
yes, I
Yeah.
will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, what an absolutely wonderful human. That was so lovely. Always so lovely talking to Austin there. Just, one of the best, one of the best of the best. I feel so lucky to have met them, especially when I did. And I remember living in Houston and, being there alone and trying to get through this PhD program and getting diagnosed with lupus and just making like a social media blast, being like, I have lupus now. Anybody out there know what's going on with this? And Austin was like, I got you. And that was just the biggest gift, like seriously, the biggest gift. Oh, but yeah, thank you so much for tuning into Sick Futures, for being here, for listening to this podcast. We are so lucky to have such incredible people down to be interviewed and to be a part of this. So, just thank you, everyone. My goodness. Yeah, Austin Puca, what an amazing person. Just all of the work they do, all of the wisdom they have, the knowledge, the experience, just so, so grateful. I got to sign this off by saying that this podcast is an experiment in sick time, in storytelling, and in imagining together. So, if you like what you heard, please share it. Please follow the show and stay tuned for more conversations with brilliant, disabled, and sick creators, organizers. So until next time, take care, rest when you need to, and remember the future is sick.